Panther Pulse, powered by Joseph Chambers of State Farm Insurance and Zapata Mexican Restaurant. We are live at Zapata Mexican Restaurant here on 93.3 The River and streaming on YouTube. Justin Foster, Braden George with you here. We got a great show coming up for you. We got softball in the house. We got baseball coming up later on. We got some football
all parts of your program have to be, about doing the little things right. And our challenge to our guys, we got to continue to improve there. From a young player standpoint, you're going to have the good thing is your kids have been in some situations that they, a lot of 10th graders and juniors and 10th graders, underclassmen are not in as much as our kids have been. So those mistakes they've seen, the results of some of those little things, a penalty here, a personnel situation there, and things that we shouldn't have issues with. won't be issues in the future because again, those kids are learning every day that they're put in these situations, and every Friday night. Do you want to win those close games? Absolutely. But it's those habits are established throughout the year, and that's what we'll continue to work on.
Which is more frustrating, a game where you kind of feel like talent-wise we're not quite there with this team and maybe the team runs away with it, or a game like this where you're like it's just this one or two little things. And as a coach, the tough thing is you can't go out there and do it yourself. I mean, which one of those is more frustrating from a coaching standpoint?
Well, it's our job as coaches. I mean, to have our guys in the best position possible to we know our kids' strengths, we know their weaknesses, we know where our personnel is. It's our job to get them in situations where we feel that defensively we can get off the field, offensively we can get another first down, extend a drive, whatever it may be. That's on coaches, that's on me, and to have that that plan and have those kids in those situations in the right spots. So we don't look at the talent, who has more talent, who doesn't, those kind of things. We look at situational football, where we are throughout the game. A couple plays here and there against the Spain Park. If you can keep yourself within striking distance with anyone, it doesn't matter the talent situation. You have a chance. So that's what we're always aiming to do as coaches, to get our kids in the right spots, to be able to stay within striking distance late in the game, and we were there the other night, and just couldn't quite get it done. But again, proud of our guys for again the effort, continuing to play, continuing to battle, continuing to fight through some adversity and show up, and again, we're going to be better down the road because of it.
Connor Nelson was kind of Mr. Do Everything for Leeds, and in the broadcast, I said to Kyle, I think this is a guy that you're going to wear him out into that second half, and that's something we can take advantage of. It did seem like that was something that did happen in the second half, just able to really affect him more. What was the strategy going in, knowing this is a guy that's going to impact the game in a lot of different ways?
Well, he did. He's a really good football player, and I think he's been overlooked, statewide, and some of these, recent all-star, things that have come out, and that you can't. There's not many football players that in today's game that can play every snap on offense, every snap on defense, every snap on special team. Now, he was out there on kickoff return. He was out there on kickoff. So that doesn't happen in football today, and to be able to go do that and do it at a high level. It's not like you're just back there, at corner against a team that's just running the football. I mean, he's doing it, making plays at a high level. So, hey, hats off to that, Coach. I think Coach Hood was really reluctant to let him to do that until about halfway through the year, and he just said that hey, he wants to play, let him play, and been kind of riding him since. So, it's fun to watch. If you like football, if you like high school football, or football at any level, to see a guy that does that. I mean, we have some guys that play both ways in situationals and some snaps here and there, but man, to do that every play, that's hard to do for anyone. So, and then to do it at a high level. So. Physical in the second half. Early on, KP got a little banged up and missed. After the first series, didn't play much in the first half at all, and so getting him back, he was really physical. Thought offensive line was the most physical we played up to this point, and when we were able to play physical football, and then you saw some wideouts making some plays down the field, and even in the screen game with Tristan, and so that's the kind of the style of offense that we want to play, on a nightly basis. And I think we came out and did a really nice job, especially in the second half, of being really physical up front.
Coach, obviously, talking about being physical, there are no moral victories, but after an extended period of offensive drought, you did come alive in that game. Smith with 2 passing touchdowns, Porter with 2 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, like you said, more physical on the offensive side of the ball, but schematically, what was there in this game that allowed the offense to begin rolling again like they hadn't been over the past few weeks?
Well, it's I think the matchups up front. Football is it's a game of matchups. The matchups up front, we were a little bit more paired with leads and a little bit better up front. So it gave our kids some confidence. They had, offensive line wise, we're able to get out and again give it a little bit more time from a passing game standpoint. Again, establishing the run in the second half. We went through a 3-game stretch against 3 teams that are, three of the top teams in the state of Alabama. I mean, and Helena, Spain Park, and Ben Russell. I mean, Ben Russell goes out and blanks Chelsea, which I know you had Chelsea. That I watched that show.
Yeah, go against my picks pretty much.
I agree.
Universally.
I agree for myself as well. But they go out. Ben Russell is a really, really, really talented team and
have gotten better each week.
100%, and they personnel-wise, probably the best that we've played. Top to bottom personnel-wise. Spain Park, obviously the most complete team probably in the state, if not named Saraland, and Helena is just a huge matchup problem for us right now. So those are 3 really good defenses that we have to come out and play better against. But hey, at the end of the day, they had a lot to do with that. Give them credit. This week, I think we had a little bit more confidence in our matchups up front, and they played that way. We played faster, we played more physical, we had more fun. Our kids were bouncing around a little bit more, and again, like to see that. Want to get the win. No moral victories, but at the end of the day, we can control what we can control, and that's going out and giving great effort every play.
So you mentioned it, Caleb Porter, non-factor in the first half because of injuries. After the half, I mean, about as good as he's played all year. He was just absolutely electric. Was that something at halftime? There was a conversation of, hey, I'm ready to go. I mean, what was that dynamic to have him come out full tilt in the second half?
Well, he really wanted to go back in the first half a little bit, and we were just trying to get to halftime to kind of reevaluate him. Now, he went back in the last 3 plays. You look at that game the other night, we had 6 full possessions and scored 4 on 4 of those, and we had 2 one at the end of the half and one at the end of the game. After the onside kick, and so he didn't have a ton of possessions, but he wanted to get back in there. The possession right before half, he did go back in. We wanted to see him run a little bit. He on the sideline showed us he could run and cut, so he went back in, had an opportunity. We just missed him on a play right there at the end of the first half. But so getting him back second half, full speed, I think after that, those last couple plays before the end of the half, he really gained some confidence in his injury, that it wasn't as bad as he thought it was when it happened, and came back ready to go in the second half.
We'll talk to Coach later on about senior night, the finale of the season. Fort Payne, kind of a new opponent that very unfamiliar with at Pelham, so we'll talk to him about that one. To close out the show, we'll take a break here from Zapata. When we come back, we chat with several of our football players from the Panthers. That is coming up right after the break. Coming up later on, we have softball, we have baseball. Great show coming tonight from Zapata. Right back after this.
Full Moon Barbecue has been named one of the top 10 barbecue restaurants in America. So enjoy the best when cheering on the Panthers. For your next outing, complete your tailgate with barbecue pork sliders, smoked wings, mac and cheese, and of course their very famous Half Moon cookies. Call ahead or drop by the Pelham location, minutes from Ned Bearden Stadium. Full Moon is a proud sponsor of the Pelham Panthers. Full Moon Barbecue and Pelham High School, a winning combination.
No matter what kind of adventure calls you, Mountain High Outfitters carries the lifestyle and outdoor apparel and footwear to get you there. Featuring the brands you love, such as Hoka, On Cloud, Viore, and more. Get the quality, comfortable...
At Zapata Mexican Restaurant, it is the Panther Pulse, powered by Joseph Chambers of State Farm Insurance, as well as Zapata Mexican Restaurant. Saw Joseph Chambers and his family in the house. Always nice to see them here, and appreciate both of our sponsors for their support all season. Can't believe this year's coming to an end. Last one here. One final game to go, and we'll talk to our players about that here tonight. We got Rylan Hoyette, Jake Garner, Joe Hampton, and Jeremy Burgos. Guys, how we doing?
Doing good, sir.
And we're going to start with Jeremy and Joe. Guys, we talked to Coach about that Leeds game, a tough one. And that's 3 games this year where it comes down to the final second. Literally, you can say one play swings another way. And we're 4 and 5, chance to close out 500. From a player standpoint, what goes through your mind for the 3rd time having this play out how it did?
We had to execute, and we didn't. It's on us. We had chances. We had multiple chances where we could have capitalized, stopped them, came off the field, gave offense another shot to get ahead, and we just didn't capitalize. We didn't execute like we were supposed to.
We should have been more disciplined. That's all I got to say.
So looking at it, number 8 quarterback Connor Nelson, big time. What was the plan coming in to slow him down?
We knew he was we knew he was their best running threat that they had, and our plan was to stop him. He was basically the running back of their offense. They didn't run the ball with 2 as much as they ran with number 8. They trusted number 8 the most, and we knew that coming into the game. So our plan was to stop him on pulls, reads, QB power, anything. We knew he was getting the ball. We knew they were going to try to get him the ball, and our plan was to stop him up front.
What do you kind of do with a guy like that? He wants to run the ball. I mean, that's his primary move, but capable passer, nothing really deep. But how do you stay disciplined there, knowing that passing threat's still there?
Like you said, he can still throw the ball. He has an arm. You got to be disciplined. You got to have your reads. Your reads got to be on point with a QB like that. He can still run the ball, great running threat, and he has a good arm. So you got to check your reads. Boom, if it's pass, you get right back. If it's wrong, you go meet him in the hole.
How do you guys really, take what you have in that game? Obviously didn't go the way you want it, struggled in those 4-minute defense situations. How do you build on that going into that last game and just kind of take what you have going from there?
To build on it, we just got to capitalize on our opportunities. Like last time, we had stupid penalties that we could have been off the field for. 3rd and long, turned to 3rd and short. They ran the ball down our mouth. We're not a really big team. Teams are bigger than us, and they can just run it. They can overstack and just run it down us. And And if they and they can just overstack, and we're not a really big team. We got to capitalize on plays like 3rd and 15, 3rd and long, and we got to get off the field.
Fort Payne and senior night to close out the season. Joe, you're not participating in that senior night. You still got a year to go. But what is it, what do you have to say about these guys and this leadership and this group of seniors?
This senior class that I've seen so far, they work hard for what they want. And I can tell they really wanted it bad this year. This year didn't play out how it was supposed to. But they still got one more shot to go out with a bang. And from the way that they've worked and practiced this upcoming week, I can tell that we got it down pat.
Jeremy, what's it like last game at Pelham High School as a senior? What kind of emotions do you have for senior night?
We ain't going to have no more shots at this, man. It's our last game and everything. But it's just surreal to me. It's surreal.
Let's hear from Jake and Rylan. Standpoint, again, tough result. What did you guys kind of take from this game? The young guys can build on and some positives.
It kind of kept us, keep us in the mind that we can keep getting better, get 5% better each day or percent better each day. Get better each day.
I would say just the idea of like resiliency and just being able to fight through tough things. Like I don't know, like when we got that onside kick and then we had to punt it away, like just they were able to hold them on inside the 5, and it's little things like that where you get put into different situations to build on it for next year.
I do want to talk to y'all about senior night again. Last time that y'all be on that field as players, and I know it's impossible to, process that emotion in that time, but just what does it mean to have been a part of this program and to step on the field one more time?
You know, it's actually a bittersweet moment for me because, you know, I kind of grew up through the program. Like, you know, B.J. Maxine, Brian Terry, Jamal Miles, Darius Copeland, all of them, you know, I kind of grew up with them. So it's kind of bittersweet.
I would say it's there's some things that you're going to miss and there's things that you're not going to miss. And so it's just kind of like looking at the things that you're going to miss and, like, just enjoying them for one last time and just, like, knowing, like, all the people that have come before you, like, they've laid the foundation and just, like, just trying to go out there and give it your all one last time.
I tell seniors as they end the journey at Pelham High School, and if they're part of a program or part of a team, you talk about laying that foundation. You got a lot of young guys, and coming into the year, we knew there'd be growing pains. But as seniors on a team that, you know, falls short of what you wanted the season to be, what do you kind of want to see from these guys? What kind of foundation do you want to leave for them to build on?
Just to never give up. Don't give up even till the clock hits 0-0. Just, you know, keep giving it your all and believe in yourself, believe in the others around you that they're going to do your job.
I would say just growing up, like having the maturity to, like, know when there's serious situations and not serious situations, and growing up in the sense of like playing as a younger guy, like you have to grow up. Because if you don't grow up, then you're not going to live up to your potential, but you have to grow up and, like, take stuff serious and find ways to do it. So
Going into senior night, you'll say that one last time mantra. Does that add so much to that last game? You want to go out on a win, you want to go out on a good note. I mean, how does that feel to y'all going in knowing, hey, this is one last time, but we still got a game to win?
I mean, it's kind of like we go in every game to win, but this one we just have to have a reasoning behind our win.
I would say the one last time thing, it's kind of weird because I'm trying to go play college football, so, like, it's one last time for high school, but, like, I've got bigger goals and bigger aspirations than just high school, so it's kind of weird because, like, it sucks that I'm, like, ending a career, but at the same time it's like the closing of one chapter and the opening of another, so it's, like, sad, but it's also exciting because I know that there's bigger plans from God for me, so it's weird.
Fort Payne, completely unfamiliar opponent. What do you guys see from them on film? What kind of football team do they have?
I mean, I see their defensive linemen come off low and fast, and they try to surround the ball.
I'll say this for you. I ain't got none. I don't watch film.
Well, there you go. There you go. Just kick it accurate, kick it hard. There we go.
Best kicker in the nation.
There we go. Heard it here first. We'll take a break here. We'll switch gears. We got softball in the house. I see some of our baseball players. Halloween came early, so it should be a fun rest of the show here. Appreciate you guys, and looking forward to one more game with you Friday. We'll take a break here from Zapata Mexican Restaurant. More on the Panther Pulse after this.
I'm Joseph Chambers, your local State Farm agent here in Pelham since 2017. We're proud to be supporters of Pelham High Athletics. When I was younger, I loved playing youth sports and being a part of my high school team, and I wanted to give back to this year's team and support any way I could. Me and my team want to help you and your family, regardless of where you may be in life. We can help you with auto, home, life, retirement planning, and so much more. Stop by our office to see what we can do for you. Let's go Panthers. Go get them.
As respected industry leaders, we are here,
working hard for you
in an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine
and excellence in sports injury prevention.
We're here for the coaches, athletic trainers and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here to help keep your kids and family
safe and healthy.
We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Powered by Joseph Chambers of State Farm Insurance and Zapata. Joined now by Coach Mack, Rachel McClure, as well as Rebecca Roy, representing PHS Softball. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Always great to have you. And Coach, I'll start with you. Just walk us through the off season. How's this group looking so far? I know y'all still got some tryouts, evaluations, or whatever. Just where's the team now? Still a ways to go for the season.
Sure. So really quickly, I wanted to give a shout out to the volleyball team as well. Coach
We can't
Robinson.
shout them out enough.
I know.
We really can't.
I know you guys did, but I said I'm going to do this. Their efforts this season. As far as our season has gone, we have a lot of talent coming back. We lost 3 good seniors who contributed on and off the field. And, we're going to have some holes to fill with that, but definitely seeing moments of where people can fill in those holes, which is great. We are working out and doing our, strength training, our speed training, doing some fall practices, things like that. So seeing a lot, definitely a lot of potential.
So I do kind of want to circle back on volleyball, just kind of how that, and Rebecca, you can chime in too. Does that motivate you? Does it energize you, kind of seeing that crowd out there, seeing the support, right, the excitement around just really the whole community, thinking, hey, we want to get to this point too.
Right. So I'll go first, if that's cool with you. All right. So, pretty much every one of my girls went. So hopefully that is, a good motivating thing for them. But last year when we finished, we got to regionals, and at that point, students aren't allowed to come. So it was like, look, if you wanted to come, we got to take it to the next step. And so, that's something they talk about a lot. So I do think it is something that will drive them to, work hard, and hopefully we can get there.
What about from a player perspective?
Well, I had a great time in the student section today. I love the energy and the support that comes with Pelham volleyball. And it's been great to see how they've gotten so much better and made it so much farther every single year. And I'm hoping that we can kind of live up to that. And, maybe we'll make it to state this year and have a great student section too.
Coach, looking ahead to the upcoming year scheduling and all, the area shifts a little bit. You got Spain Park, got Chelsea, still got Helena in there. What's it look like for you looking at that new area, and are you excited for that? What's preparing for that and everything look like?
Yeah, we're going to have to show up. We're going to have to earn everything, but it's doable. We just got to have everybody with the buy-in, and with great leadership with Rebecca, I feel really good about what she's going to bring and can show for the underclassmen. But I would argue and say that we have one of the toughest areas for sure.
No, as far as seniors, is this your only senior here?
That is correct.
One senior.
One senior.
So I know you had some very impactful ones a year ago. Talking about volleyball again, we'll keep kind of shouting about bringing them up. Huge senior class.
Right.
What do you kind of do with a team with very limited senior leadership as far as empowering some of the younger ones, and this may be from the senior on the team, empowering them to be leaders themselves? I mean, how does that work with a younger group?
Well, I used to just be like a lead by example kind of person, but since there's only one of us, I've had to step it up a little bit more this year and be more, not commanding, but I'm asking a lot more of my teammates this year with maturity and effort and attitude. So, yeah, it's been different.
Right, but she's done a great job so far, and I think she knows the ones that can fill in that role and help out.
Going back to that area, and again, it's like beating a dead horse with every team we've talked about, and we've had those conversations, myself and Coach Honeycutt, just talking about the imbalance with volleyball of how unfair it is. Some teams just get put out so early. Do you think there's advantages to that level of competition that, hey, if we are able to get through here, we can make a deep run?
Right. Well, you always say, well, if we do have a really tough area, you would think that, it would elevate you and you would be good to go, playing at your best when you need to and that kind of thing. So, I do think if we get past our area, we should make a good run.
As far as evaluations, what's the process for you guys? When is that starting? Has it started? What's the
so there's different times, you can do it. We have, in the past we've had some kids in multiple sports. We didn't have as many this year. So we just we actually have it with the middle school as well. Just kind of have a lot of eyes on the girls and that kind of thing. And we went through, it was about 3 days, and we finished, I guess it was mid-September when we had those.
So is there still a window anybody can come join you guys?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we always open it up. And that somehow miss the opportunity or move in or something like that. We've had that on occasion.
So I know coaching, there's a lot of babies last year and
Yeah.
a lot of bleary eyes. You think we're going to have a little bit more rested coaching staff this year, or is that a lot of coffee and energy drinks this year too?
Yeah, well, I can speak for mine. He's a really great baby, so it made it a lot easier for me. And I have an awesome village, and I know Coach Hawk he seems more well rested as well. So.
Oh man, do I have news for you? The toddler
right,
stage
it's a whole different.
awaits.
Yes, well we've got some things ready down at the field.
And we got a few running around in here, including mine. And so it, but it, if he's sleeping good, that
absolutely
hopefully will continue. Hopefully continue. So many teams playing in the spring. It is a very busy season, and often you're splitting fans, and you've got people going to all sorts of stuff. What is your selling point to fans to come out? It is an awesome atmosphere. Every time we did a game, it's just incredible. What would you say to fans to encourage them to come out and support?
Well, we really did enjoy you guys coming and doing the games. We'll
be doing a lot more.
And I'm pumped about that. But yeah, we, the girls really take pride in what they do. Just like any other athlete, they work really hard, and they want people to, see them showcase their talent. And so hopefully we can do well enough on the field to where people want to come out and see us do that. But yeah, I agree. I think it's a fun environment, awesome, beautiful field. Pelham City Schools provided to us, so we're really proud of that.
Rebecca, we'll close with you. This season, what are some of the goals that you may have personally and team goals that you would like to accomplish to have a successful season?
Well, team goals, I really want to win. That'd be great. I'd like to make it like the seniors last year did a great job getting us as far as we did in regionals, and I'd like to honor them by taking it even further. Another team goal, I'd like to have better attitude during the games. All of us are really hard on ourselves, and we all work really hard, so I'm hoping that we'll handle failure better during the season.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us, as
Absolutely.
always. Looking forward. When does the season start? Do we have a start date?
So it's I believe it's February 21st, February 20th. And we actually are hosting 2 tournaments this season, so 2 opportunities to see us at home. I also want to say, Rebecca is committed to play at the next level, so that's going to be a big thing for her.
We have the school?
Yeah, I think you can
Marion Military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I didn't want to,
right.
Jump the gun there. But
so we're really proud of her, and just hoping she can just keep working towards her opportunity there.
And I do want to shout out, y'all have the players at the next level wall, correct? And love seeing that and just seeing the accomplishments of all the kids that came before, and what a legacy that you're going to continue. So proud of you and looking forward to a great year.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
We will take a break here. When we come back, we will switch gears to baseball. Coach Howard is in the house and several of his players. That is coming right up after the break here on the Panther Pulse from Zapata Mexican Restaurant.
Zapata Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of 93.3 The River. Zapata is a local family area for more authentic and delicious Mexican dishes to choose from. There's something for everyone, from salads to steak. Zapata Mexican.
Coach Nick Saban.
Helping children is very important to Miss Terry and me. As parents, it saddens us to know that there are more than 5,000 children in foster care in Alabama. These children need loving, nurturing.
No matter what kind of adventure calls you, Mountain High Outfitters carries the lifestyle and outdoor apparel and footwear to get you there. Featuring the brands you love, such as Hoka, On Cloud, Viore, and more. Get the quality, comfortable, and stylish gear you need from Mountain High Outfitters, proudly supporting your Pelham Panthers. Visit us in the Galleria or the new Oak Mountain location in Pelham. Get out, get active, be inspired, live your passion. Mountain High Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Chambers, your local State Farm agent here in Pelham since 2017. We're proud to be supporters of Pelham High Athletics. When I was younger, I loved playing youth sports and being a part of my high school team, and I wanted.
We'll get back to that. We have some costumes here. This is what you call good TV. We are streaming, so y'all knew there would be cameras, and you showed up and showed out. Joined now by Coach Guy Howard. We got our baseball players, Jet Hopwood and Ryan Funderburg. Guys, how we doing?
Good. Appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. Coach, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
New to Pelham this year.
Yeah.
Come in the summer, and just tell the folks a little bit about yourself and your journey to Pelham.
Yeah. I'm from Birmingham originally. Spent some time out at Hewitt-Trussville. Spent some time at Northridge down in Tuscaloosa. And we got word that Coach Anderson had stepped down and was going to step away from the game. And we ended up talking to Coach Vickery and Coach Simpson, and things worked out. Now we're here. So excited to be here.
So that Northridge connection, did you have those previous relationships with Coach Vic?
Apparently there's a pipeline from Northridge to Pelham. We have quite a few of us up here right now. So
there was a Prattville. We've got the Prattville. We got the Northridge. So a lot of great folks coming to Pelham. So just kind of walk us through summer coming in, meeting the guys. What was that process like for you, and how's it been so far?
Good. We did some summer evaluations. We were able to practice a little bit with the guys. We went to a team camp out at Samford. We were able to take some kids out there and run through a day camp with the Samford Bulldogs over there, which is a really good baseball program. We took some time off in July. We moved into the area, and so took some time off to do all that kind of stuff. And then in August, we've been hitting the ground running. We've been lifting a bunch and some conditioning and speed and agility work and doing a lot of throwing. And the state changed the rule this past year, allowed us to practice a little bit more, so we got a lot more freedom with that. So we've been doing a lot of work. We got about 10 guys with us right now, and we'll add a few more once football's over, and we'll add some more when basketball's over. So I think we may have a wrestler too. So we got
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, which is good.
Dual sport athletes.
Yeah, which is good.
Triple, as many. You love to see it.
So,
love to see it. Coach Anderson still in the building at Pelham High School, and kind of a unique situation there. How valuable has he been to kind of transition you in? And
and I've known Coach Anderson for a while, just with my time at Hewitt-Trussville with Coach Malden there, and so I've known Coach Anderson for a while, and he's been just a great help and kind of guided me on what to do, what not to do, what works here in Pelham, and all that kind of stuff. All things the Pelham way. So I've been very thankful that he's been there, and he's been a sounding board for me and a guy that always answers my calls and texts. And sometimes I feel like I bother him at times, but he's been really good. Which he's a first class guy, so you expect nothing less. So.
Coach, obviously taking over, looking ahead to this season, what can we expect you to see from you schematically? What's your on-the-field philosophy? If you could just quickly how you would like to define it for yourself, what would that look like?
Well, and I got two guys here with me that are going to help us run it. We're going to pitch the ball well, and we're going to play sound defense. And offensively, we're going to be a team that's honestly a lot of fun to watch. We a lot of bunts, a lot of running, a lot of hit and runs. We've been practicing a lot of stealing bases and practicing a lot of bunting, and we're going to incorporate a few more things like that. So it's kind of, Lane Kiffin, I think last year, before said, bring your popcorn, anything's going to happen. And that's kind of what we do. So we just got to, don't blink, you may miss something. So I got two guys here that are going to help us do that, two seniors that are going to compete for everyday spots, and thankful to have them here. These are two good representatives. Both these guys went to the volleyball game this morning and were there yesterday and cheering our volleyball girls on, and just a great job, a great season they had. And then they're dressed up. They're dressed up partly because I made them, but not to come here. We're actually having a camp at our field tonight, and so we've had a camp all month long. And so these two guys have been out there helping us run the camp and just been good representation of Pelham High School and Pelham baseball. So tonight we're dressed up in Halloween costumes for all the kids. So these two guys, I say, hey, you guys don't have to dress up when we go to the radio. They say, oh no, we want to, Coach. So
everybody's going to be dressed up tonight.
We've already got them out there. We got some Star Wars kids. We got some Ninja Turtles. We got some prison mates, and so we got a lot of fun stuff out there. So.
Coming into a school like Pelham with a rich baseball tradition,
Yeah.
It's one since I was in high school. You heard about Pelham
100%.
baseball.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure with that? Is it something you just kind of embrace and
No, I think
soak up? Or?
I think it's good, and that's really what drew me here was the tradition here, and just the opportunity to kind of continue that legacy. No, I think it's good. I would much rather be at a place where expectations are high and people really want to see you succeed and want to see you do well, because they always have, right? So so that's what looking forward to that. So that's excited about that. That doesn't scare us. What drew me here, honestly. So
you mentioned the Pelham way and just the culture of Pelham. What other takeaways outside of baseball have you had? I know you're a big math guy. I've heard that from the kids to get after it in the classroom, but just impressions of Pelham as a whole.
Man, I've honestly been impressed with just the kids, just how well behaved they are, very respectful. Kids come in every day, they do the work. We have the cell phone rule where you got to put your cell phones up. I don't have to tell the kids that bell rings, they go put the phones up, they come sit down at the desk, they open up their notebooks and all that kind of stuff. So it's been good, kind of breath of fresh air to kind of be around kids who you don't have to discipline and monitor them a whole lot. You show up and do your job, and have a great administration that supports you and backs you, but also same thing, lets you just do your job. So that's real good.
So, Coach, like you said, you talk about the tradition, and obviously coming in, you want to build that for yourself. What's really that first step for you when it comes to taking what tradition is already here and then making your own legacy out of it with your team and your guys?
Well, I think just kind of putting our own stamp on how we do things, and just obviously what Coach Anderson has done here for the last 12 years or so as the head coach, 14 years, and just kind of continuing that tradition of excellence, but putting my own stamp on it just in terms of how we play and just different things like that.
Well, let's hear from your guys here.
Yeah, I'll pass this off to Ryan here.
We got Jet and we got Ryan. Guys, how we doing?
Doing good.
So I was trying to get it down. Which turtle are you, Jet?
I'm Raphael.
Raphael is the one that you know what all of them are named after?
What?
Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know?
It's like painters, right?
It's artists, yeah.
Artists.
There you go. I'm not sure I know who Raphael is.
I don't either. That's the one that
Michelangelo
would escape me.
And we got Mace Windu over here with the backwards hat. So, guys, we talked to Coach about it. I want to hear from you guys about just the process of, Coach Anderson stepping down into the summer. Coach Howard comes in. What was that like from a player perspective, and meeting him and the process of starting the new season?
It was a very smooth process. I mean, I was very grateful for what Anderson had done in the previous, like with all the previous season, how he built the program. When Howard came in, it was like it's something new. It's like bringing in like two different perspectives. He had a new program for us to do. I mean, it was sometimes you need someone new, and we were just grateful for what like he was bringing in for us to do. So, I mean, I honestly could not ask for anything better right now.
Coming off the season last year with a pretty bad record, I thought having a really good coach come in, bring a lot more energy to the team, and I think it was just going to help us a lot this season with the new coach coming in and the process coming over. I think it was easy. We didn't really have to do a lot, but it was just his will to come down here and help us and make us better as a player and a teammate, and just all around. He's a really good coach for us. I think it's going to help really well.
So style-wise, how have things changed in just the brand of baseball you guys are going to play this year?
We're a lot more aggressive. We're playing way more offensively. Like, our main focus right now is stealing bases. Just being quick on the base path, just trying to get first, second to third, just trying to score as fast as possible, Like, put our hitters in the best possible position to score, Like, it's hard to score when you have a guy sitting on first base. Your chances go up and up as soon as you're able to get the second, able to get the third, and stealing bases just makes that so much easier. That's like our main focus right now, is being quick on the base path.
I'd say the same thing. We're really a fast team. We're just all fast all around. we're all really quick, so I think it's going to help us on the base path extremely.
Coach said y'all were at the volleyball game cheering on, and what a great scene it was. But baseball team not too far removed from being in that state championship series. One of those just incredible memories was being able to call those and, go on that journey with the team, which speaks to the fact that things can turn around in a hurry. How do you guys turn around and have that type of magical season this year?
We just have to go out there. We got nothing to lose. We got everything to prove. We just got to go out there, play as hard as we can, I mean, we had two bad seasons in a row. I mean, the only thing we can do from now is just go up. All we can do is win, I mean, even the year that we went to state, it wasn't the greatest record in the world. We caught lightning in the bottle in playoffs, though. We took it to state. I mean, it's just, you just got to play with your heart on your shoulder, man. I mean, just go out there, do the best you can. Don't let the emotions take over.
Stay focused, come in, work hard every day. Just come in with a good attitude. Don't come in and be negative to your teammates and put it in a bad place for you to be in a bad spot. So I think just being positive, coming in every day and working hard, it's going to get us where we need to be at the end of the season. So
we talked to these other teams about the area, and we didn't get to that with Coach. What do you guys see from the area and as far as difficulty to these other teams? I'm assuming it'll be a similar challenge for y'all too.
It's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be fun. I mean, the more challenge and the more fun we're going to have. I mean, we go out there, we play harder. That's all it takes.
I like competition. It just proves who we are. So, I mean, if we beat our competition and showing people that we can do what we're capable of. So, I mean, I think just having another 2 teams coming to our area that were 7A coming down to 6A, I think it's going to be a good competition and make us look better as well. So,
before you go, one final question. You got a math teacher for a coach. Are analytics playing into this at all? How much of an analytics guy are you, Coach? Good bit. Are you guys seeing that as well?
So I would say, isn't it like, what's the time? It's like catcher to the throwdown. What's the time on that throwdown? The steal a bag or something?
Like 2-1.
2-1 or something? It's like super fast. So he knows all the math and what time we have to run a 60. So, I mean, he's a pretty big
He's got all that figured out. He's like, what is it?
I mean, like, compared to the classroom out on the baseball field, it's completely different. Like,
well, baseball's one. Yeah. I mean, all sports are to that at this point. I mean, you see it even in football games where, percentage chance that you should go for it. But baseball is kind of ahead of the curve where those analytics you were hearing 15 years ago, that was, a part of the game.
It's too much. Too many analytics.
Too many. That is a debate for another day.
Hey, he had me when he said bunts, stolen bases, and ribbies. All right, I'm in.
There you go.
Sold.
There you go. We're looking forward to the season, guys. Can y'all know first game, a date? We too far out? That might be a question for Coach.
February 13th.
February 13th, so about the same time as softball. We appreciate it, guys. Go have your Halloween celebration. Is this the same outfit for tomorrow night?
No, it is not.
Different? Are we allowed to say?
I don't even know if I'm wearing an outfit tomorrow night.
You got to wear an outfit tomorrow night. What are you going as?
I think I'm going to be a prisoner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, won't be too hard for you. Just a step away.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys, and looking forward to a great year. We'll take a break here, close things out with Coach Vic. We'll talk all things Fort Payne. It's senior night. It is the last segment of the Panther Pulse here from Zapata Mexican Restaurant, powered by Joseph Chambers. Right back after this.
As respected industry leaders, we are here,
working hard for you
in an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine
and excellence in sports injury prevention.
We're here for the coaches, athletic trainers, and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here to help keep your kids and family
safe and healthy.
We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Full Moon Barbecue has been named one of the top 10 barbecue restaurants in America, so enjoy the best when cheering on the Panthers. For your next outing, complete your tailgate with barbecue pork sliders, smoked wings, mac and cheese, and of course their very famous Half Moon cookies. Call ahead or drop by the Pelham location, minutes from Ned Bearden Stadium. Full Moon is a proud sponsor of the Pelham Panthers. Full Moon Barbecue and Pelham High School, a winning combination.
No matter what kind of adventure calls you, Mountain High Outfitters carries the lifestyle and outdoor apparel and footwear to get you there. Featuring the brands you love, such as Hoka.
24 season. Been another great year. Before we get started, I do want to again thank Joseph Chambers, State Farm Insurance, and Zapata Mexican Restaurant for their support all season long, what they've done to support this show, allow us to do this each and every week. Always a great time to celebrate all things Pelham, have some fellowship, some great food, and just so thankful for all they've done to allow us to keep getting to do this. Joined now again by Coach Vick, and Coach, I do just want to start out talking about Fort Payne, a team that Braden tells me it is the first meeting between the teams, one that I couldn't tell you the first thing, going to have to do some research. What have you seen from this team? A really good one at 7-2, and they're about as hot as they could be at this point in the season.
Yeah, they've won 7 straight. When we made our schedule, one of our goals was to get some teams outside of our 10-mile radius that we've been playing in the last few years, and Fort Payne was one of the teams that Coach Elmore was. He was at Chelsea at one time, so he had some ties with Coach Fordham, worked with him, and so we talked about a possibility of playing, and it worked out where they could come to us this year, and we'll go there next year. And he does a great job. It's a team that they're a very, very senior laden team. They lost their first 2 games, won 7 straight, won the region up there. But they'll come in well coached, ready to go, with a good program, good following, and they do things the right way, and so we're excited to get to see someone different, someone we haven't seen. I honestly never saw Fort Payne on film, I don't think, until this week. So we're excited about seeing someone different and coming in and having a great showing on senior night.
Stylistically, offensively, what kind of team do they have? Is there a comparison maybe of a team that's we've seen or regularly see?
I don't know if there's a team that we've played that really like them at this point. They throw it a lot. Some games up 70, 80% of the time. So spread most kind of spread you out. Have a run a lot of zone run game, and then a lot of kind of air raid type passing game. So they have good players. Quarterback is a north-south game, was named one of the quarterbacks for the North All-Star game. They have a linebacker, H-back, tight end who was named to the Alabama-Mississippi roster, and another wideout that also was named to the North roster. So good players, a lot of seniors. I think 8 or 9 seniors on defense, starters, and similar on offense. So they'll come in ready to tune up to go to the playoffs. We're going to come in to go win our final game on our field. So should be a fun matchup. Should be a fun football game to watch. It'll be a lot of offense in the game.
Coach, obviously we talked to the seniors a little bit about this being the last game, how important that is. In a season where things really haven't gone the way you would have liked them to go, what's just that message to your guys as they go out there in that last game of the year? What do you say going before that game?
Well, we told them, they had the opportunity to win the last game of the year. We talked about it last year. When you don't make the playoffs, there's probably 10 6A teams in the state of Alabama that win the last game of the year. And that's something that's unique. There's one state champion. 32 teams make the playoffs, one state champion. The other 31 lose. And then if you're not, if you didn't make the playoffs, only a handful of those teams win a Week 10 game. So they have an opportunity to end the right way, end on a positive note. You always remember the last, that last game. A lot of times you forget what happens before. So this is an opportunity to kind of erase, games that we came up a little short on, and the overall record of the season with a positive memory to finish it. So that's been our topic and goal for our underclassmen. We're treating it like a playoff game, a one and done playoff game. As a getting ready for next year. With that same mentality that we will have going into the playoffs a year from now. So that's been the focus. Our kids have been there. They've been cheering on volleyball during the day. Our schedule's been a little bit different because wanting to support our other programs and then getting back in the practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon, some different times. But they've handled it all, and I think we'll be ready to go.
A lot of distractions. That was my next question. You have volleyball, which good distraction, and certainly want to support there. Halloween tomorrow, and then the kids are not in school Friday. How does that change preparation, and what is that Friday schedule like? And maybe a little bit of an advantage that they don't have school that day and maybe a little more energy?
Yeah, it is a unique week. We basically have been out 2 days this week now with volleyball, and then again, like tomorrow, because we don't have school on Friday, we're having a pep rally, our senior night pep rally on Thursday instead of Friday, and so there's a lot of different things going on. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. It kind of distracts from the monotony of a long year and a grind these last 5-6 weeks, especially after our bye week. So, I think it's been some good change in what we're doing, and it kind of add a little pep in our step a little bit because of it is a unique week. So we'll bring our kids in at 12 on Friday, so we'll have a little bit longer on Friday. We'll have things to do, meetings, walkthroughs, eat, all the above. So it should be a fun Thursday with a pep rally. We're going to practice at 6 in the morning tomorrow morning, and so that we can have a pep rally during 7th period tomorrow, and then I really didn't want to fight a pep rally 7th period with moms dancing and all the things that happened at the senior pep rally with, then also dressing up and trick or treating on Thursday night. So we're going to practice in the morning to get that out of the way, and so the kids can enjoy their Thursday fun pep rally, and then going and being kids in the afternoon and the evening. So again, fun week. A lot of distractions, but again, I think it has been a good week.
With senior night and your experience, is that ever a wrinkle as far as emotion, one way or another? I mean, sometimes it can be something teams come out flat. I mean, is that something that's a factor?
I don't think so. I think everyone, gives everyone something to play for. Everyone wants to see those guys, in the right way and with a victory. And it's tough because when senior night's the last game of the year, which it happens to be this year, and it is a year that you don't make the playoffs, it's kind of it's definite, right? There is a final whistle, final horn. There is no, who do we play next week in the playoffs, or do we have another game next week on the road, week 10, like we will next year? So this is a final show for these guys. So they know it's it, and they know that they want to go out and play as hard and play the best game that we've played all year, and that means a lot to these kids and to the kids that are coming behind them, and finishing the right way and playing our best football at the end of the year.
Coach, obviously, last show here at Zapata. Just wanted to ask you, looking back kind of on the season, obviously still a game to go, what's just a silver lining been this year in a season that didn't go the exact way you wanted it to? What's been something that's kind of shown through the diamond in the rough per se?
Well, I think, the silver linings, I guess you could take are, outside of, I really thought we were, outside of Helena, Ben Russell, and Spain Park, we had 7 games in which this game will be the same. That we were very comparable, very close with from a personnel standpoint, from a scheme standpoint, from a just an overall atmosphere. Everything about the programs, we were really close in 7 of those 10 games, and that has to be going forward. What our kids have to look forward to. They can't dwell on that middle of the year where we didn't play well, but also we're outmatched a little bit in those 3 games, and really focus on being better than those other 7, taking our program to the next level, catching those other people in our region that that were a little ahead of us this year, and a ton of good reps, great reps, great experience for kids who in a lot of years probably wouldn't have gotten the amount of reps and the amount of experience that they got, with a smaller senior class and with the depth that we had, it has a lot of kids to be put in situations in which they probably would not have been put in a lot of years. So, obviously, you want to be successful in all those situations, and we weren't always successful up to this point. But again, you learn from mistakes, much easier and much faster than you learn from success, and our kids are learning very quickly.
You brought up finality with no playoffs. Does it hit you at all this week that, hey, this is the last week of practice, last week for these seniors? Or is that something that come next week it's like, wow, season's over?
Well, it does. And, you being there today and having, seeing those seniors play their last game, same situation. It's a championship game. There is no next game. Whether it's good or bad, there is a finality. It is the final whistle for all of them, and a lot of them have played that game, volleyball, all over the Southeast, all over the country, for most of their lives. So to have that, that final horn blow when it is final, there is no what ifs after that. So, and we're in the same situation this week. These kids have played. A lot of them have played football since they were 4, 5, 6 years old. So for a lot of them, it'll be the last time they ever play. They know that. We know that. We want to, for us as coaches, the next group comes and you're always looking, all right, how are we going to improve? How are we going to build? How are we going to change our offseason? How are we going to do these things? But the focus really has to be on those kids and make sure that those kids have the best experience possible as they walk off the field that last time. And that's our goal, and look forward to achieving that here in 48 hours.
We have the finality as well as knowing this is the last show here for the year at Zapata. Anything to add before we get out of here?
Well, I'm disappointed, Mr. Foster, that we had our baseball coach on and we didn't ask one question about the World Series, about Freddie Freeman, 6 straight games with a home run. That would be one.
You're a Dodgers fan?
I'm a baseball fan. I'm none of the above, but I do want to see the series extended. So maybe the Yankees can get 1 or 2 more.
We will find out.
I'm not. I'm bitter. I wish they'd both lose.
I'm not a Yankees guy. So
not a Yankees guy, not a Dodgers guy.
I'm neither. I'm not a huge MLB guy, to be honest with you. I do love the game of baseball. I want to be in the stadium and experience the sights and the sounds.
Look, man, as a Cubs guy, I haven't had a good time since 2016. So.
Well, you did. You always have 2016.
We always have 2016.
8 years old or something.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Well, I do want to add. I mean, it's been great. It's been a great. You guys have done a great job every Wednesday evening, and obviously we talked about Coach Anderson last week, doing a great job helping out, and just really appreciative to you guys and the amount of time that you spend trying to promote our students, our school, our community as much as possible.
And you brought up the community, and before we go, I do want to shout out our esteemed leader who is going on to the central office. Kim Keel named assistant superintendent earlier this week, and do just want to give her the credit as somebody who, as the applause is going to come out for that, just somebody who lives and bleeds Pelham and has been for so long. I'm going to date myself, going back to when I was in high school. She was at Pelham High School, but has meant so much to the community, going to continue to do great things, but got to shout her out and congratulate her, and certainly very excited for her. We're going to miss her at the high school, but I know she's going to be fired up coming over. We'll be no stranger at all, and Pelham is better to have her spread out and appreciated by more people. So shout out to her. I know she's been instrumental in getting this thing started years back, and instrumental in a lot of things at Pelham. So
100%, very, very deserving, and she's done a great job. And she is one of the people that around the state of Alabama when you mention her name, it's all everyone recognizes her, and it's always positive, and nothing negative because of the reputation that she has across the state is just says so much about what she's done for this school, for this community, and for the high school athletics in the state of Alabama.
When she's won anywhere you go, I say, I teach at Pelham High School. Oh, you must know Kim Keel.
Yep.
It's like everybody in Pelham does.
Everyone across the state says the same thing.
That will do it for us here for the last time this year for the Panther Pulse. Want to shout out again Joseph Chambers of State Farm Insurance, Zapata Mexican Restaurant, Jeff Spiegel, Mark Snow, and all the team at 93.3 The River. And a special shout out again to our kids over here running the show, Dylan Hammett, Robbie Esquivel. They've been here pretty much every single week, student run, making it happen. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the wonderful folks that have come out this year. That will do it for one more time. For Braden George, for Dylan Hammett, for Robbie Esquivel, I am Justin Foster. Good night, and as always, go Panthers.